hopefully our script won't do to ladies like what just happened here.
I feel like John, man. I'm pimping no caddies. I'm looking for an action. You nigga in no panties. Damn it, I'm that nigga. Bitch, I'm hella clean. Goddamn.
What's up, guys? It's Kellis here, back of just giving you guys a brief update because I've been super busy, number of things going on. That's why I haven't been able to keep up with Dudes, because my production company, it's taken off. It's a lot of good stuff going. We got maybe 7 to 8 films that are in the works, 2 that are going into pre-production that we're super excited about. One of them in particular, it's a rom-com and it's a ton of fun, heaps of characters that are just all over the place, different personalities, and it's such a good story because I think it's something the world needs, and we're not holding back on modern dating. It's very confronting and just very in your face because I want people to sit and talk about this film, and this film is just showing about how men and women complement each other. I've been having a hard time with casting, and I'm actually a little concerned because I feel like female actresses have actually lost what it means to be soft, and I feel like they've been propagated by the political nature since Me Too, that in order to beat a man you need to become a man. So it's like I feel like I'm searching for a lady right now in 2025 that doesn't have tattoos, which is very rare, but it's like I'm trying to find someone that is in their soft life, if that's the best way I need to appeal to you, because ladies come up with these little terms, soft life and things of this sort, to kind of, you know, as a qualifier for something else. But long story short, I've been getting feedback from some actresses that I've sent the script to, and the main thing that they've been saying is going, I feel like there's not an authentic female voice involved. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean by authentic female voice? They can't quite explain what they mean by that. So my only assumption is going, okay, well, you just want more conflict in the film. So I ramped up the conflict in the movie, but I think that what they're viewing it as is they're going, you're a guy. How are you able to write about women and you don't know how a woman feels? You don't know the female perspective? And I'm like, I don't need to know how a woman feels in order to know what she wants. In dating, it's my job as a guy to figure out what it is that she wants because I'm viewed as the pursuant. She is shamelessly, today in modern dating, ladies will tell you everything they want because they have global access to men, and it's sort of kind of built up a horrible state of delusion where they're always looking for the guy with the boat. And the reason why I can say that, and you know it's true, is because these are very pro things where ladies, if they have access to anything that, if they're given the option to, they kind of push it to the max. It's an asinine thing to try to look for a guy that owns a boat, but you'll hear it everywhere. It's almost like the trope in rom-com movies that they do, which I love rom-com movies, that they'll have this unassuming lady who is down and out destitute, and she just gets randomly selected by a rich guy who buys her everything, and he hits her with a whip, a 50 Shades of Grey thing. So like that was even in The Materialist that just came out recently. And there was that stupid trope where Pedro Pascal's character, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there was a rich guy that was there. And so that thing is just kind of like, that's an unrealistic fantasy that ladies have. It appeals to this like Sex and the City delusion of like, ladies want to get married, but then sleep with thousands of dudes and sleep with the gardener and, you know, or, you know, just live this type of single life, do all these things, and then at the end of the day when they're 45 they go get married, or 40, or in the mid-30s they get married, and it's unrealistic. This is some fantasy that it only revolves around pop culture. And so what we've done with our film is we're honoring women in a different way, and I'm able to talk about women because it's my job to study women. And when you see guys on podcasts like Dudes Brewing or wherever, any of these podcasts, we're not talking about women so we can teach men to hate women. we're actually talking about women so men can learn that, hey, these are some things that it's just a baseline of their biology. These are things they're prone to do to protect themselves. And it's not for you to take personal and now you hate women for it, but this is just what they're known to do. Like, women aren't known to physically defend themselves like men are. We'll fight, we'll staunch up. Women defend themselves socially, which some people call being a Karen. So, and if they abuse that, sometimes that's never really assessed. And so when guys go through a relationship and a breakup, a lot of guys, you'll heard of guys that will stalk their ex and things of that sort. The reason why they're doing these type of things is because they didn't anticipate the breakup happening, because they didn't know. A lot of times, women sometimes in their head, they'll break up with a guy months in advance, but they'll stick with them until they feel comfortable and safety, secure enough to monkey branch elsewhere. It's the same where a lady will waste a guy's time to go out on a dinner date with them, knowing they have no serious intention with them, but they'll use the guy's time just to get an advantage. Men are shocked by these things because men are very logical. They're taught to do what's right, even though not every guy will do that, because parenting is individual, and that goes back for everything with men and women. But men, from a societal standard, they're told, you do what's right. But they'll look at you and tell you as a lady, you do what's right for you. Which, that little caveat there absolves you of accountability, where we're not absolved of accountability. You will have your gay mates, you'll have your men that friend zoned you, you'll have your single friends, your parents, everyone, family court, everybody's coming to save you, or no one's coming to save us. So there's not a lot of advantages that your everyday man has. You might be looking at a guy that was in colonization or comes from a trust fund family, that you maybe can accuse him of that. But ladies have been propagated to think every everyday dude has some advantage that they don't. And you guys have the advantage. This is your society. This is your world. No one holds you accountable in things today in 2020. So now you can make all the money, in 2025, and you can have all the dating options in the world. Ladies seem to be at their most unhappiest. So that's what we're covering in our film, and it's very important. So the female actresses that are getting the script, I think they want to make this character into Angelina Jolie, Rachel Zegler, Amber Turd, Blake Lively. We're not going for a feminist here in this movie. She is the calm in the storm in that room full of loud characters. It's a film full of very loud characters, and we want people to fall in love with her. We don't want her to be insufferable. But the reason why I'm able to write about females is because I'm a heterosexual male and I date women. So I just wanted to share with you guys that I am having some interesting challenges, but it's going to be so fun when the movie rolls out and I'm doing interviews and people are asking me about these things, because I can explain the challenges that I've gone through with this project, because it is a very confronting thing. But we do have differences between men and women that are biological. And an example, you hear women say the craziest fucking shit. You'll hear a woman going, I want a guy with a dad bod. You will never hear a man going, oh, I'm looking for a mom bod, or just the women that say that, it's because a guy who actually takes care of his physical fitness is very confronting. So it means that he has discipline and a regimen in order to be able to conduct his life in a very accountable way. And if her life is in disarray, she's going to find that very confronting if she's not taking care of herself, that she has to deal with you. So she might match you on a dating app and then she'll unmatch quickly and run away because she'll scurry and go, he's out of my league. And technically that's the problem with dating. There's a lot of ladies today are being taught they can have it all, you can get whatever man you want, but they're not being truthfully honest that they are dating people that are out of their league or seeking for things that are out of their league. And if everyone was willing to date on their level, they would have a more happier life. But that delusion has kicked in because you have unlimited access to men. So you might sleep with a guy who has a lot of money, but now because you've done that, you think you deserve him in a relationship. And it's like, you had fun for the night, men are physical. You need to very much understand that. And it's something that if you're going to try to shame him for being physical, it's goofy because that's part of his biology. It's better for you to cater to it. But men don't want to date women generally after she's had a lot of experience with guys because of those walls she puts up, and now she doesn't want to have fun anymore. This is why men don't like dating older women and they'll date a younger woman, because the more experience you guys have, the more walls you put up. Men don't go through trauma. We don't go to therapists for the reason because we're taught to just improve. This is why we go get in the gym, and we know that like it's a prerequisite. If you go through something, you either sink or you swim. We find that to be the makings of a man. But you ladies will sit in therapy because you can ruminate for hours discussing problems without finding an actual resolution. That is biological. And even if men were to try to attempt that, society would tell us, even after we go to therapy and we self-loathe and feel sorry for ourselves, which is not a masculine trait, we're still told to do what's right. So we just got to get on with it. You know what I mean? So these things are differences between the couples. So if this is a summary of this entire conversation, I'm saying we are different, and I can talk about women and I can write these scripts because I date women and I understand what women want and their behavior. If you fall in love with a woman because of her words, that's called a spell. She put a spell on you, literally spelling. She's just saying words. Her actions actually prove what she is and what she does. And so you have to pay attention to those. And those are very individual, but there are some things that they're prone to doing on a baseline that ladies are typically prone to just mimicking. So you do need to focus on those things and not fall in love with words, but observe a person's actions. And same with the man. If you're going to date a man, you look at his actions, you hold him accountable to that versus any words that he may give you. And it's better for him to be honest and upfront about who he is. And he knows that, because he will get whipped and put in handcuffs. If not, that's part of the society we live in today in 2025. So yeah, we do have some differences. And so we're honoring classic ladies in this movie, and we're looking forward to it. And you might think that that's objectifying from physical point of view and softness, but ladies are objectifying themselves today on OnlyFans, and you seem to ignore it. So if objectifying your sensuality is very like misogynistic or whatever, then I don't know what to say to you. Men having preferences is also, it's not misogyny. There's things that we like. We're sorry, you might want to be loved for your intellect, and if you have something to offer, fantastic. But there's no guy dating you going, oh my God, I love her because you that degree on the wall. Oh my God, honey, that degree on the wall, oh, gets me so hard when I look at that mahogany wood and that gold trim for your certificate. I just tell all my men about. No, that's not what we prize you for, you know? They say some men are success objects and women are beauty objects. But these are baselines of biology of things we do like. You do want a man that you're proud of that has a structure to his life, because it means that he can lead you into a healthy direction. You can have beautiful kids based on those standards. But same with a woman, like her youth, her purity, you can have beautiful kids, beautiful offspring if she's loving, nurturing, not terse, not some boss girl who's trying to prove that she can be masculine and she's going to show how a real man's supposed to do it. You're never going to outman a man, and you're not going to become a better woman by trying to become a man. You have your own gifts, and so that's what this film is highlighting. So I hope that's a general summary of where I'm at, and I just wanted to touch and tap on that, because actresses out there, you're supposed to become the character. I can't relate to a serial killer. I can't relate to, every character that comes my way, but I'm supposed to wrap my head around the imaginary circumstances and play. So this is not personal to you. You don't need to be political. This is not personal about your politics. We're just storytelling, and we're trying to heal our planet and cause dialogue and conversations for things for people to think about. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to do. And that's the standard with our production company. So anyhow, that's a brief update on what's been happening with me. I hope you got that message across or understood the message that we're getting across. Love you guys, and hope to hear from you soon. And we'll, if you got any questions, put it in the comments, or queries or complaints, put it there and we shall address. Much love, guys.